Are you switching over to braided line on your spinning reels? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how I put braid on my spinning setup. Coming up. What's up, everybody? Derek here from the Bass Factory, bringing you the best tips and tools to help you become a better angler. If you're new here, you really should consider hitting that subscribe button. Well, today I'm going to be putting braid on my spinning reel. And this spinning reel is just a regular spinning reel you can get at most outdoor stores, and I think I actually got this one at Walmart quite some time ago. But spinning reels are awesome and I love them, and one of the great ways of upgrading them to get better durability and be able to catch more fish and get longer casts is by going with braid. And that's mainly why I've done the switch over. I used to do monofilament and fluorocarbon mainly, and then I started doing braid and tying on a fluorocarbon leader. It was game over. I've done it ever since because it's just so much easier casting with braid, and it lasts longer, and you don't get that memory that you do out of the other two kinds of lines. So 10-pound braid is what we're going to be putting on here. But I've got 10-pound monofilament, and what I'm going to be doing with this whole little setup is I'm going to be putting some backing on here because braid does not stretch. So let's put this on here. And you always want to put your reel, before you start reeling up, you want to put that label side up because it comes off of there in a clockwise rotation as it goes on the reel in a clockwise rotation, so it's the same. But you always want to flip that bell up. Always flip that bell, or else you'll be driving yourself crazy by tying it on there over and over again. Alright, we're going to be tying on the arbor knot. And I'll include a link in the description because I actually made a video on that. But it's just basically 2 overhand knots. And then you make a knot into the line itself. And then you just cinch it tight, and that other knot catches in the other two. And it cinches down really tight. We're not putting a whole lot of backing on here, just enough to basically cover up the spool. Flip that bell, put that line in your fingers, and just start putting some on there. Make sure it gets on there tight. I'm not going big time here. Alright, right there. Snip that, and as you can see there, just enough to cover up the spool. Alright, let's get this braid out. Put it label side up so we're ready to go. And now we're going to get this, and we're going to tie the crazy Alberto knot. And I also made a video on this one too, so if you want to watch that, I'll include a link in the description for that as well. But the crazy Alberto knot, it's not too difficult. I just usually double it and then pinch it. Then take that braid, and you want to go through that little hole you made. Pull out about 6 inches or so because you're going to snip it anyways. And then just start wrapping it. And you don't got to go a crazy amount, but you know, 5-6 times usually works. 3, 4, 5. Do that. You basically pinch it where you did it up the line and go back the other direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. And you want to take it back through the way that you came through. The same way. And it's just really pinching down that line. Wet it, and then just cinch it tight. Hopefully I did it. Yep, got it. And just snip your tag ends. Come on. And snip that braid. Okay, our braid, we're going to put that label side up here. And a lot of people like to take their line when they're putting it on through the first eyelet on the rod, but I prefer to do it this way. I've got an old towel that I took and I just cut a little piece out of, and you want to wet it, and the reason is it'll actually, braid will burn your hand. So instead of just holding like you can do monofilament through your fingers, I wouldn't do it through with the braid. Alright, now what we're simply going to do is do exactly what we just did with that mono and just start putting it on there. And you want to hold that tight because you want that braid on there as tight as it can be. You don't want to be able to get where your fingernail can actually get into the little sections of line on the reel, on the spool. And you want to have about an 1/8 to a 1/16, and probably not going to even be cutting this off of this new spool of line, because it is 110 yards, which that is more than enough, and I know the size of this reel is probably going to take all of it. And if you think about 110 yards, that's a 100-yard cast. That's a long cast for even a bait caster. For just getting 50 yards is what I'm trying to get at. So I know for sure if I make a 50-yard cast and I break off 50 yards, I still can keep fishing basically for another time. See, there's the end. And that's it. That's going to do plenty for me. That's plenty of fishing. And that's perfect. Usually you want to go, this is a larger spool, but usually you want to go to 1/8 to a 1/16 from the edges of this, and then stop and then cut. But we're ready to go fishing. And then you just flip that bell back up, take it through the eyelets of the rod, and then tie on your lure, and you're ready to go. So what lures are you going to take whenever you go? Because you're probably going to be going. Are you going to be doing some heavy fishing or something else? Or are you just looking for better line because you broke off a big one or something? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to check out more Bass Factory videos, check them out here. And subscribe for more videos just like this one.